No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we're on site, on location here on Melrose. We had to do it extra big for my man Milo of Asaali. How you feeling, bro?
Come on, man. I'm good.
Hey, man, I'm real proud of you because we've been watching you grow this brand for the last couple of years, and it just feels like this is a big moment. Now that you finally got this big ass store on Melrose, it's like a real crown jewel. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of having a hard time. They see the product, they know it's a whole thing, but they don't necessarily know. And I feel like you're doing a lot of storytelling in here that's helping to put people on.
Nah, for sure. Like a lot of people don't see like the numbers and shit that's going on behind the scenes. But now this kind of shows like what I'm really doing. Right.
Yeah. There's something about having a retail store, even though obviously like a retail store is not as necessary as it might have been 10 years ago, but it just, I don't know, it like hammers home the point of what you're trying to put out there.
Yeah, for me, it's like the culture. You know, I like to be involved with my fans and everything. So doing the listening parties and the meet and greets, that's been super important for the brand and like people connecting with it.
No, 100%. So, all right, but I want to go back to the beginning. Tell me a little bit about where you were born and what your childhood was like.
Shit, my childhood was just like typical. You know, I grew up with a single mother. My dad was in prison. And it was pretty typical, you know, just grew up like in the streets for real. I used to skateboard and shit when I was a kid.
Where did you grow up exactly?
Santa Rosa.
Okay.
So that's Northern California. It's like an hour north of San Francisco.
Hell yeah. Definitely. And so, okay, you grew up skateboarding. And see, that's interesting. You're talking about being in the streets and then you bring up skateboarding right away. I feel like sometimes people laugh at me when I'm like, I spent my whole teenage life riding BMX bikes in the streets. And they're like, oh, that's not the streets. Yeah, the streets is like moving kilos of heroin. Ride bikes, skateboarding, that's not the streets. And I'm like, that is like 100% where I learned what the was going on outside.
Yeah, you got to deal with a lot of bullshit when you're out in the streets like that, you know? But as long as you got your skateboard, like a skateboard is like a weapon. You know, you straight out there. Yeah. You can move.
Skateboard for a lot of people, like the way my bike was for me is like your escape route of like whatever your circumstances are. It's like all of a sudden you got this thing that costs you like $100 and you could just be anywhere. You could travel long distances all of a sudden.
And no one wants to fuck with you when you're on a skateboard. Like everyone's like, oh, it's just a skateboarder. He cool. Like cops don't even look your way type shit. You out there selling dope. The cops like, oh, that's just a skateboarder. I'll be out there on the block like 3 in the morning. And a cop sees me, I'm like, I'm pushing on my skateboard. I ain't out here doing nothing. You know?
It felt like that really worked.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Crazy. Damn. Okay, but so it started out with skateboarding, or was that really your initial introduction to the culture at large?
No, like I always been a fan of hip hop. Always growing up, you know, like listening to, I'm from the Bay, so I really grew up on like a lot of Bay Area music. Mac Dre, Too Short, Messy Marv, Jay Stalin. You know, all the Bay Area greats. And that's like really where I got it from. You know, like I just always been into hip hop. So like when I made the brand, you could tell like instantly it was definitely hip hop influenced.
Definitely. But okay, so all throughout high school, you're doing the skateboard thing, or what was high school like as a whole?
High school was cool, man. I just, you know, I played sports. I played basketball and skated, and then, you know, when I graduated, that's when I graduated to the streets for real, like summer senior year. Right when I graduated, I just started selling coke. So I just graduated to selling coke for real. Like,
was that because you were using it, or did you just see
like where I'm from is like more of a rural area, a little bit outside of Santa Rosa. And it's like super low income. So the only influences I had growing up were really like the drug dealers in my area. A lot of like meth dealers and shit. And that's who I looked up to as a kid. I was like, those are the niggas doing it. They had the cars, they had the clothes, you know, like they was doing it. And so when I graduated, that's all I really knew. And like I said, my dad was always in prison. So my dad was a drug dealer too. I didn't meet him until I was like 5 years old. Cause he got in a lot of trouble. He was in the feds and shit. So I always just like, that was all I really knew was just sell dope. And so like this clothes shit's really been a blessing for me.
But so you never thought about going to college or like getting a trade or anything? It was always like hustling just seemed like a more obvious route?
I did try to go to college. I tried to go to college for audio engineering, like doing some music shit. And I went for like 3 years and then I dropped out because I realized it wasn't really shit. And I don't really like being on the computer like that. So I like to like be more creative, more visual with my art.
Definitely.
Like the audio engineering wasn't for me at all.
It's like a certain personality type if you want to be involved in that kind of thing.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
So you get into selling drugs the summer after high school. And what does that look like for you? You have like a small clientele or how are you making it work?
Yeah, I just started building off just my friends, you know, everyone that I knew in the area. Everyone was copping that shit. Everyone knew me, they trusted me. So it was pretty easy. It didn't work out always. I had to sometimes get like little jobs here and there. I was like a server, bus driver. I did a bunch of little jobs. But it wasn't until like I was like 22 or 23 that I started taking the coke shit even more seriously. I started really marketing it and like making sure that my clientele was on point and that I was out making sure that everything was in stock always. And like I made a business out of it at that point.
Okay. But so the skateboarding left your life at some point, you were just fully like trapping or what?
Yeah, no, for sure. That shit was just in the past. Like I always with the culture. Skateboarding is the culture, you know, streetwear, everything has to do with everything.
Right.
But that was just like when I was a kid and shit. I can't be falling down the cement all the time and shit. You know, I'm getting old now.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 31.
31. Okay, yeah, I feel it. Because when I do like go ride my bike at this point, it is like, holy shit, the second your body hits the ground, that is a weird ass feeling you do not feel in your normal everyday life. Never mind even like scraping your arm against the cement and you're like, oh, I'm going to have like a hole in my arm with some blood and shit for like the next week. Like that's a strange thing normal people don't got to deal with.
Yeah, when you a skateboarder and shit, you just covered up with bruises and scabs all the time. It's regular.
Yeah, people don't understand that like a pro skateboarder is literally just constantly living in this state of disarray. Like that they are feeling a level of pain even when they don't have like a broken ankle. It's like just the falling down and rolling around in the dirt every day. Like they just end up being like part athlete, part bum. Like it's just, you have to be willing to accept like a certain
all
level.
ripped up and dirty and shit.
I mean, you'll see a dude do the best trick he ever did in his whole life and he'll have his whole back of his shirt brown, ripped up, dirt, hole in the shit because he already tried the shit 10 times. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Fuck with that though. That's like fashion for real.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the real shit too. Cause that guy could show up at the bar and like, if the people around actually like know why he looks like that, it's like very much respected.
It's respected, you know?
Yeah. So how deep did you get into the whole Bay Area culture with it and everything before you made the move to LA? When did you make the move to LA?
I moved to LA like 6 years ago.
Okay, so you were like 25.
Yeah. I had like a bunch of bullshit up there. My friend had gotten raided and it was just hot out there for me and I knew it was time. I had another brand, it's called Thuggies. It's the first underwear with a pocket for holding drugs.
Which you still are doing. You never gave up on that.
Yeah, so that's my original brand that kind of started everything, you know, just from being in the streets, trapping and shit. So I always like kept dope in my underwear, you know? We always rock Ralph Lauren's and there's a little pocket in there.
Is there? I've been wearing that shit for years. I don't know if I ever noticed that.
You could stuff your shit in there. So I always wanted to market that and make a brand around it. So when I came out to LA, that was my goal, was to make the Thuggies. And once I realized how to make the Thuggies, how to do the production, the packaging, all that stuff, I was like, yeah, I can make whatever I want. And I started making some clothes. Like the second design I did was the sweatsuits. And it just took off from there.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so the Thuggies kind of just been on back burner ever since.
Right. Damn, that's actually pretty crazy. So wait a minute. Were you already like a graphic designer? Had you already been with that, or you just have some money so you can just pay somebody to do it for you?
No, I don't know nothing about graphic designing, but I'm a hustler, so I'm gonna do anything it takes to make it work. I just download Illustrator, download Photoshop, go on YouTube and be like, how do you do it? How do you draw shit?
Right.
You know?
So you were actually
shit.
doing all that? So
Yeah,
your way of figuring it out was like, I'm going to actually get these skills, not just pay some dude to do it for me?
Yeah. And so that's why a lot of my early designs are just simple shit, you know? Like the sweatsuits, just simple shit.
Definitely. And the sweatsuit, how much has it evolved since then?
You know, every drop, I kind of improve it a little bit.
Okay.
So like, even like every single time we release the sweatsuits, they get a little bit better.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like the original ones that I remember seeing looked way different and that they've kind of evolved a bunch.
I didn't even have a logo when I first started. It was just like Asaali, and then like I added the faces and shit later.
So where did that idea come from initially? Like, I want to actually just put all these famous drug lords on the shirt.
So like I said, it was just regular to me. What I see a lot of other brands do is like, they'll purposely make a brand about like trap kings, you know, like lords of the hustle or some shit. Like, it's super corny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate those type of brands. I never wanted to make a brand that was like about hustling necessarily. I just wanted to make a fly ass clothes. I just wanted to make fly clothes for real.
Right.
And so when I drew the shit up, it looked hard. And it was just some regular shit to me. Like, I don't know. I never really tried or thought that it was about like drugs. Right. But you know, now we kind of play with it and we run off that shit.
But how many pieces were you producing like when you first started?
The first time I dropped was 120 sweatsuits. So it made a cool little impact. Not much, but the second time I dropped was the collab with Desto, and we dropped 700 sweatsuits.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So it's like a 700 hoodies, 700 pants, like 1,400 pieces.
So, but before the Desto Dubb shit, how were you moving it? Like, how did you even get any initial interest in shit? Especially since you're like new in town at that point.
But like I said, I was selling dope. So when I first came out here, I had to make shit wiggle, you know? I had a whole clientele back home, but I didn't know nobody out here. I used to stand on the corner in Hollywood and just ask random people, hey, you want to buy Coke? And they'd be like, what the f? Like, who the f are you? Like, we're not snorting your Coke. I'd be like, I swear it's good. I'm not trying to poison y'all. Like, it's, you know, and it was hard at first, bro. Like, I had to go get a job. I got a job as a server. And that was different for me because like I hadn't had a job in so many years. I was doing great up north.
All of a sudden you're answering to somebody, listening to the manager, like somebody that normally you wouldn't be giving the time of day. I felt like I was
acting, like it wasn't me.
Yeah. And
so after I had that job for like 6 months, I started to get more used to the area. It was over there in Beverly Hills and shit next to Craig's. And I started to get more familiar with the area, started to know a couple people. And I ended up getting in a little thing with my manager. He like said some disrespectful shit to me. And I remember I like called my girlfriend during the shift. My ex-girlfriend, and I'm like, should I leave right now? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, bro, that nigga disrespected me. I have to leave. So I quit my job, and I knew like I had to just make shit wiggle. Like I had no choice. So I had started to get used to the area. So every night I would go out and I changed my marketing. Instead of telling people, hey, you want to buy some Coke? I would just tell people, hey, you want to some Coke? Y'all want to try some Coke? You guys want a bump? And so then I would just go around every night, just making friends with people, giving them bumps and getting their phone number. And my goal was every night to get at least 10 people's phone number. And then I would hit them back the next weekend. Hey, it was nice meeting you. Let me know if you're going out this weekend. I got that shit, you know, and I would just keep doing that. And eventually after like a month or 2 months, I had so many contacts in my phone that the shit was just rolling.
No, that's definitely the way to do it. Cause like when we first got the store on Melrose, a dude came through and gave me a party pack with like some blow, some ecstasy, some X pills.
And you've been calling him ever since.
Some Xans, I mean, not X pills, the other type of X pills. But yeah. He had my business for years and years and years until I stopped getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, but then on the other hand, saying, do you want to buy some Coke literally makes you sound like a cop. And like almost everybody's going to be like, what the f I don't know you.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you give somebody one bump and then try to sell them something, they're going to think you're all good.
And once they try some good shit, they need some more. It's Coke. Come on, it's addictive.
Yeah. No, it's the easiest thing to sell in the world. Yeah. So, okay, that's an interesting question. How does it feel selling Coke versus selling clothes when clothes are a very optional purchase for most people?
Clothes is hard to sell, man, but you make a lot more money.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a lot more growth. You can't market Coke. Like when I was a Coke dealer, no one really cared about me. As soon as I stopped selling Coke, everyone that was in my life just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like I used to have all these people at the house all the time. It was lit. And then as soon as I stopped selling Coke, everyone was gone. I was like, what the fuck?
When you were doing that out here, were you feeling like it's just totally lawless? Because like before, when you're in a small town, it's like the cops might really have the time.
You got to be way more careful out there.
But out here, it kind of feels like you either need to get like arrested with it on you, or you need to like be caught with a large amount of it, or maybe once in a while some kind of sting. But for the most part, the cops are not tripping about you having a personal amount of coke.
No, for real. So when I got in trouble, I got raided. Someone had snitched on me.
Out here?
Yeah.
What year?
So that was 2020. That was like 2 weeks before the Desto collab.
Wow.
So that's really what pushed me to do the clothes even more. Because, you know, like I would have probably just fallen back on the dope shit. Like it's too easy. Like it's too easy to sell dope. And then the clothes, when you're first starting out, is so hard. No one wants that shit, and they want discounts and they want it for free. And it's really slow at first. So it was like so tempting for me to fall back on that shit. But I had just caught a case. I got raided, and
what did they find when they raided you? And what time was it? What did it feel like getting raided?
Shit, bro. It was like 6 in the morning.
Yeah, they always pull up early, right?
It was 6 in the morning. I'm asleep in bed. I just hear knock, 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 you know, like loud. And I already knew who it was. Like I was hot, you know? I was really slinging that shit, like everything too. I had coke, ketamine, ecstasy, Adderall, Xanax, like you name it. I had everything. It's during the pandemic, so like shit was slow. I had to get everything.
Right.
And I already knew. As soon as I heard the door, I was like, oh no, they here. I jump out of bed. I'm like thinking, oh, can I go stash the shit? Nah, they already bust down the door. So there's a video of it on my Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they all come into my house and shit.
How'd you film it?
Noodles in there barking, tripping.
You were filming it on your phone, or?
No, I had security cameras.
Oh shit, okay. Damn, and so what'd they end up charging you with?
Like possession of a bunch of shit. And then, you know, with intent to sell and shit. And then I had like a little gun charge too.
The gun with the drugs is like a big deal, right?
Yeah. So luckily it was my first major like case. Like, so they were easy on me, and I got rehab. So I was super, super lucky. But it was also during COVID. Like they weren't really locking people up. They were letting hella people go. So I think I got a little bit lucky.
That is honestly like great to know that you could have a full scale 7-Eleven style drug dealing operation going with guns, and that they wouldn't even lock you up. Thank God we live in this state.
Yeah, LA's hot though. Like they really ain't locking people up unless you murdered someone, and then they still letting niggas out that murdered people.
Right.
Like I see it on the news all the time. Like families are like, lock that guy away. He murdered my brother and shit. And they're like, well, he's out on parole now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No,
so it's crazy. LA, you could get away with a lot of shit, but.
So, okay, in that moment where you're like, I'm done. I'm absolutely not selling drugs anymore.
No, for real, because it was serious. Like if I fucked up, they was going to lock me away for years type shit. So I really didn't have a choice. I knew like I was going all in on the clothes. And so I had just met Desto. And we put in the order for the clothes. I knew it was like 700 sweatsuits, right?
But how did you really get to know him, and what made him want to f with you when he has a lot of different clothing companies trying to collab with him and shit?
So I met Desto when he was still in the parking lot, like in the van. Like
before days. That's when he built his shit. Like we all knew about it for a few years prior to that shit, but 2020 was when it really
That's when he
going.
really took it seriously. Like when he came off tour with Lil Pump.
Yeah.
So like Pump stopped touring.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I'm out here in LA, let's make this clothes shit work.
Yeah.
You know? And so I met him.
That was probably a good time to try to do a collab with him because he kind of didn't know what the was going to work and what wasn't going to work. So he was just kind of doing whatever. But Desto's a cool dude.
Yeah. Like he'll collab with you. Like if you got something to offer, he's ready to work. Definitely. Same with me. I'll collab with anyone. I'll collab with a homeless person off the street. Like if it makes sense.
Do you think that he really like saw that your brand was going to work? And do you think he like believed in you as a person? Or do you think he was just kind of taking more of like a random shot?
He saw the quality. He saw the design. So how it happened, my boy was wearing the shit actually at this gas station right here.
Famous gas station. A lot of people got murked over there. Yeah.
So he had, Desto always like just shouts out random brands and shit, like shows love. He had tagged me and like my homie was like, oh, it's my friend's brand. He tagged me. I hit him up. I'm like, let's do a collab, you know? I seen on his website, his hoodies were $200. I was like, what the f-? And they was all sold out. I was like, damn, this nigga's doing some shit, you know? And so once I linked up with him, I'm like, let's do the collab. And he had a lot going on. I pull up, he's got like Draco pulling up, fucking Rio, the young OG, like all these people in the parking lot. I'm like, damn, he's doing some crazy shit out here. Like he's got a whole movement. And so I tell him like, let's do the collab. And he had so much shit going on. I don't think he knew I was like super serious about it. Cause like, it was like a month or two later, I pulled up, he's doing a pop-up right here on Melrose with LB. I give him the sample piece. And like everyone's over there too, Trippy, like hella people. I'm like, damn, this nigga's doing shit. Like he probably don't even care about this shit. And sure enough, the next day, like he puts Draco in the sample. That's that picture that we have right up there. You see Desto in the background. So that's like the original.
That was the first time you tapped in?
That's the original sample. Like,
oh, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, and so he put Draco in it. He's like, we're about to drop this. I'm like, shit, all right, it's up. Like 2 months later, I hit him up. We don't even talk, you know? Me and Desto weren't close at that time. So like 2 months later, I hit him up. I'm like, the clothes is ready. He pulls up and it's like, we got, you know, over 1,000 pieces. I got like damn near my whole garage filled with clothes. And he's like, damn, this shit's dope. Like we're doing it. Let's do a pop-up. And then I caught the case. And I knew right then, I was like, shit, I started doing the math. I'm like, 200 a hoodie, 700. You know, I started doing the math. I'm like, damn, that's like 100,000 each or some shit. I was like, damn, I might be cool after this. So I was like, damn, I need to take this clothes shit serious.
Because how much you spent on a lawyer when you cut that case?
20,000.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. Yeah,
20,000. They did me cool though. That was worth it.
Yeah, at least it ain't 50.
Yeah,
I was thinking 50 is the high end, 20 is the low end. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so okay, it's kind of crazy because I always look at Dubb as like one of the most instructional entrepreneurs I've known throughout my life in terms of somebody who really took it from nothing and figured it out one step at a time. But like a big part of it for him was that he was the juice man. That's like how they introduced me to him in the first place is they were like, yo, when Quavo pull up to LA, when Thug come out here, Dubb is like the guy that they call and he pulls up and he uses that like, well, actually that wasn't really what he was doing at the time. But as time went by, it became like, oh, he went from the guy that was just serving Thug to now Thug is his homie. Now Thug's wearing his clothing line. Now Thug's got him hanging out at his shows, backstage, all this kind of shit. But it sounds like you and your drug dealing mostly was like with random party people. And then like by the time you really start blowing up.
Actually, that helped me a lot because I was out there in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people. Before I even met Desto, I had Blueface and certain people wearing my clothes already. So he saw that I was doing shit. You know, I was starting to have the motion already.
Right. But how many times
I used to serve like a lot of celebrities do coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to serve niggas.
And if you're
I'm not gonna say no names, but yeah.
If you're the dude who's down to like come through at 4 a.m, for sure that'll open some doors for you.
Oh yeah. I used to sleep with my phone next to my pillow. Like I wasn't missing no calls.
Really? So you go to sleep for 20 minutes and somebody calls, you're back up at it?
If I had to. You know, like I was just trying to make shit work. I always wanted to get out that situation.
That's how I really realized that I wasn't built for selling coke. is when I realized like, oh, I got to get out of bed at 3:30 in the
so much
morning.
work.
Yeah.
It's so much work. It's not worth it at all.
Nah, 100%. But okay, so you guys do the first collab, and does that just like go crazy?
Yeah, we do the collab on Melrose. We do the pop-up. Shit went crazy, bro. Everyone wore that shit. Everyone pulled up. You know, Draco was there, OGZ, Phoenix. Hella people were out there, man. It was epic.
It's kind of crazy you even saying like, oh, like Young LB, Dubb, Ralphie, etc. It's like, I was there today. Young LB, Ralphie, obviously rest in peace, Draco. I'm sure he would have been there and shit. But it's like, Dubb does have that crew of people who are kind of consistently there for them.
Yep, for sure.
But so that shit sold out like very quickly. Did that like kind of change your mind on like how big this could be?
We did good, man. I think we did like, I want to say 60,000 that weekend.
Wow.
So it was good. You know, we split that. It was like 30K each. It was a cool little check. Then when I dropped online, it was like 30,000 the first day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good little introduction to what I had coming.
But so then what's your perspective at that point? You're like, how am I going to take this to the next level? Because managing to get a collab with a brand that's already popping is kind of like the cheat code. But then you're sort of like back to your brand and you're kind of like, oh, like,
and
all right,
I really didn't know what
to
do with it at first. But, you know, I'm a hustler, so I just adapt to my situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to make this shit work. How are we going to make it work? I got to think, well, we're going to put it on the best people. We're going to make the best quality. We got to get the best designs. And at first, my shit wasn't the best. But I slowly just, every day, I try to make it a little bit better.
Mm. Yeah. And so were all of the collabs or all the celebrities that you got wearing it, was it always organic, or was it ever a situation where you were like, you know what, I'm just going to, because I see a lot of bigger companies where it's like, I'll be interviewing a rapper and then they're going to do a photo shoot for some clothing line and they're getting 10K to just pull up and take some photos. And I'm like, okay, that's the cheat code version of how to get into that situation. Like,
yeah, I've never paid an artist to wear my clothes. I think that's corny. Like, people wear clothes. If they like the clothes, they're gonna wear it. If they don't like the clothes, then your designs are probably whack. So then you need to start over. You need to come with some other shit. You got, you know?
Or like paying artists is like, yeah, you're less likely to get the genuine cosign, and you're more likely to, like, there's a thing you don't want to do, which is like ramping up too fast. You kind of want to, like, in your situation, I think you want to grow at a reasonable organic level, and you want to meet artists like a Suede or whoever, like early with them, have like a real organic relationship rather than just tapping in with somebody who's already established and cutting them a check.
Yeah. A lot of my friends, you know, we started all this shit together, you know, Suede, Peso, Bravo, you know, some of my best friends that when I started the brand, they were kind of starting their career. And we all came up together, I feel like.
Definitely. How'd you meet all those dudes? Those are a lot of the faces that we see really heavily associated with you guys.
For sure. You know, those are some of my good friends. I really met Suede through Phoenix. He had given him a hoodie. You know, Phoenix, shout out to Phoenix. He makes a lot of shit happen in the city, bro. Like, it wasn't for Phoenix, like, there wouldn't be a lot of these rappers. I'm not gonna lie.
Phoenix in particular, or were the whole shoreline with you early on?
Phoenix for sure. But shout out to OGZ too, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But so, okay, like, so how'd you and Suede connect and hit it off? Because I feel like he was rocking your shit like extremely consistently there.
No, for sure. Like, when me and Suede met, it was just like genuine energy for real. I was a fan of him. I saw like he had a crazy movement. He pulls up to my house and I'm just like, we start talking about like where he's from and everything. And I just noticed like he was different, you know? Like, there's so many like young Mexican kids from South Central, but there's none like Suede. Like, he was 1 in a million, literally. He had swag. He had a taste that was different. Like, and I noticed that early on, and he was just going crazy. Like, he was viral. Everything he touched was viral. I'm looking at his YouTube numbers. It's like millions of views. And he just started rapping like 6 months ago. I'm like, what the f is going on with this kid?
Yeah.
You know?
He was on his own timing too, because like when I first spoke to him, it was something where like somebody told me I should interview him. And I wasn't like, it wasn't like that huge yet. And then like we kept having a delay. He kept getting locked up. He kept like random shit was coming up. And then by the time I finally got that interview, I was like so unbelievably hyped to get it. Like, oh, this guy's the dude now. Like I have to do this.
For sure.
And he just definitely made an impression on me. He was just like one of the coolest kids out there.
Yeah, super humble.
So, okay, but like, you know, he's not the only one. There's a lot of these artists that you've been tapped in with. We've all kind of had some bad luck, or I guess if you deal with rappers, it's something that you kind of got to get used to at some point. But like, what's it like meeting these people early in their careers and then seeing them lose their lives before they are able to really become what they're meant to be?
I mean, bro, with Suede, that shit was hard, bro. Like, that shit still hurts me because like, that was really someone that I always expected to like be on this journey with me. So like losing Suede was like one of the worst moments in my life, for real. It's like, you know, it's like losing Desto or losing Bravo or something. Like one of my best friends, like we in this shit together. So that shit hurt me a lot, bro. I don't really know, like, I still think about it, you know, I still am upset about that shit.
Hard to make sense of it. It's like it happens in jail and shit. So it's like you're completely removed.
It was super unexpected, you know? And then like you just look on Instagram and you see that shit and it's just like, that, bro.
And I feel like there's a part of you where you're used to seeing people die like in your hometown or like around that type of humble beginnings type shit. And then you kind of think that you're going to become successful or start being around these people who are like well known, and it's going to be like less likely. And then, you know, in reality, if you're spending time around a lot of rappers and shit, it becomes like, damn, there's actually like a real threat. You know, like a lot of these guys end up in situations that are a lot more dangerous than we would expect.
No, for real, this rap shit be tricky. This shit be tricky, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Rappers
are in a lot of danger and shit, but it's part of the job, I guess.
Definitely. So, okay, when did you really start to feel like I don't know, like after that Desto collab and everything, when did you really start to feel like things were going in the right direction, or like things were
forever.
Solid? Really? Okay.
Oh my God, it was like ups and downs. Cause like I said, like when you're making clothes, it's expensive, bro. Like it might be one item, it costs you $20,000, $30,000 or something.
And it's like by the time you sell out of that item, you've made a nice profit, but
then you have nothing left.
Yeah.
So it'd be up, down, up, down. It took a long time for me to bubble up where I just consistently could keep dropping and have stuff in stock. So
you never took out a loan, or I'm sure you had people trying to approach you to do some kind of production partnership at some point or another. Like, did you have those offers, or?
Yeah, like people offered like to help me out and stuff, but I don't like taking like handouts from people. And I'm just a hustler. Like when I first started, I would just make shit wiggle. Like I had sold all my cars. I used to have like old school cars and shit. I just started selling them and shit, like investing everything I had into the brand. And I used to do commissions for people too, and do like designs or like production for people. So I'll go and post on Instagram, hey, who needs designs, or who needs I could help you start your brand. And like after I did the Desto collab, everyone wanted to work with me. So it was pretty easy for me to do commissions, and just like that would pay my rent or whatever while the clothes are being manufactured in the meantime.
So did you go from having no graphic design experience to feeling like very proficient in it over the course of a couple of years there?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I don't touch Photoshop or Illustrator at all anymore.
Oh, you leave that completely on now?
Yeah, like I have a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a team, and I could sit down and tweak on that shit all day, but why? Like I have more shit to do. Like I'm trying to run the business. I'm trying to meet with these artists, and it's not really like important for me. I know how to tell a designer what to do and like how to make a design. So
that's like the one skill that I always look at. Like I was able to, you know, do all the social media posting, the YouTube uploading and all that stuff. At a certain point, I was doing tons of video editing, obviously not like the super complicated shit, but I never managed to even do a sketch or a basic graphic using Photoshop. Like it just never I don't know. And I always kind of felt like if I start to do it, because I'm a good artist, I could take a pen and do a nice drawing for you right now, but it just never really like sunk into my head that that was what I was going to do that day. Even though I kind of know even now, if I took like a couple hours out of every week and I could probably get that skill set relatively quickly. But
watch a couple YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's easy, but it just take a lot of time. Like when we do graphics, my graphic designer, he might take like 2, 3, 8-hour shifts on one graphic.
Really? That crazy, huh?
Yeah, because I make sure the shit's finished. Like we don't stop until the shit's like super crazy, you know?
Right. So with your brand, is it kind of like the basic sweatsuit with the portraits and everything? Is that like the breadwinner? And then with the shirts, it's like each individual shirt might work or it might not.
Nah, for sure.
It's kind of like that, right?
Nah, for sure. Like the sweatsuits, that's what brings in the money. That's what everyone wants. Like that's the hype item. You know, you think of Asaali, if you're like a tourist coming into town, you're gonna get the cartel set. Like you're gonna get the shit that everyone knows about. But like the real fans of the brand, they want those new different pieces. And then like with the shirts, yeah, we'll have hits. But like nowadays, I only make hits. Like when I was first starting, a bunch of my shirts were bullshit. And I had to like go back to the drawing board and see how am I gonna make these shirts the best shirts possible? How can I sell a t-shirt for $100? You know?
So what, you just have enough of a grasp on what the audience wants at this point that you feel like you're not gonna drop something that the audience just doesn't connect with?
Yeah, I'm not gonna drop no bullshit. Like, and I just know it looks good. And I've done it so much now. I'm like 4 years into this shit. So I can't drop everything's gotta be perfect. I have a creative direction for this shit and I know what looks good and what doesn't. You know, and I could look at anything and tell you that. I could look at a movie or listen to music and be like, this shit's trash or not. You know, a lot of artists be trying to work with me and I'm like, even if you got like a little following, maybe you got 100,000 followers or something, you're doing some shit with the music, but if I don't like it, I'm probably not gonna work with you.
See, that is a tough moment as an entrepreneur and stuff. And I remember like, this is a super random example, but like I did an interview with James Charles, the makeup dude who has been like mega canceled. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but like he had a brother who was like a model or some shit and he was really into FTP. And when I interviewed them together, I hit up Zach and I was like, yo, this kid your brand. And he's like, he's really lit. He got like 1 million followers. You might want to send him shit or whatever. And I remember Zach just being like, you know, like, I don't give a if he got 1 million followers. I think he did send him stuff, but like, I could just tell that there was that hesitation of like, I'll take your word for it, but just know I'm not just sending shit to anybody who's got a big profile online.
It's a disconnect. Yeah. Like a lot, like one person that always hits me up is like Zeus, I think it's like Zeus Network or whatever, like baddies or whatever.
What they want to do with you.
They always want like the baddies wear my clothes. It's cool. It might be a little promo, but like my fans, they don't want to see baddies. They want to see Polo G or like Mexican OT or like, you know, EBK J-Bo and shit. Like, see, they want the gangster guys.
That's a tough decision.
That's what the fans want.
Because, all right, your fans probably don't watch baddies, but they probably know what it is to the extent where if they see a bunch of people on baddies rocking it, they might feel like, nah, like, does it necessarily speak to me as much when I see people who are completely outside of this world rocking it? Like, that's a big decision right there.
Yeah, and like I don't think it's really makes any sales. Like you're really people watching baddies like, oh, I really need that what they're wearing. Yeah. Maybe
but
a little bit. People
do look at all the rappers and think like, oh, what's he wearing? That's probably hot.
No, for sure.
If he's rocking it, it's probably dope, you know?
For sure.
Damn, yeah, that's a tough decision. You know, there's like another one too. Have you ever had a moment where a big celebrity rocked it randomly and maybe it wasn't somebody that you loved their image and you kind of felt a little conflicted about it?
A big celebrity, I didn't love their image. I can't think of any right now.
Cause like there's been a few times over the years where I've seen people rocking Supreme that I just pictured what it was like at Supreme the next day. And I bet that they were kind of like, damn, like, but they never call it out. They'll never be like, man, f this dude. Because I think as a clothing brand, you can't really do that. You kind of have to just let it be for whoever wants to wear it. You can't really like denounce people. I feel like that's a line that a lot of brands won't cross.
Nah, man, you got to keep shit positive always. Like, I ain't having no smoke with nobody, so.
Yeah. So you're conscious of that? Because that's something I always see with Dubb and I respect, is that I think he gets it. He's like, I'm a personality, I'm a man out here, I'm an influencer, but at the same time, I'm going to keep myself out of the politics. I'm going to not dip my head into any of the drama because my brand is really supposed to be appreciated by everybody.
Exactly. You know, the brand's universal, so. But I stick to myself for the most part. I don't click up with nobody. I got a few friends.
Is that ever tricky? Because you probably want to give clothes to people who don't necessarily get along with each other sometimes too, right?
Yeah, and I will. Like, it's cool because it's not me giving the clothes, it's the brand. You know, I keep that separate. You know, I just keep everything separate from my personal life. Like, you'll never go on like the brand page and see like a picture of me. It will never happen.
You don't do that at all. Was there ever a time
like
when
my
you were the
employees
model?
know if there's a picture of me, do not post that shit. Like, most of the time, don't even post it. If someone like a celebrity shouting my personal page out, don't post it on the brand page. Because like, I like to keep it separate. Especially when I was first starting, like, I didn't even tell people it was my brand. I was like, oh, I designed this for Asaali. Because people don't want to support you. They want to support a brand.
Yeah.
They want to support the culture. They don't want to support a person.
But it's interesting because like with doing what you're doing, trying to make the brand hot, it's like you kind of have to contend and compete with, like, at this point in time, everybody makes clothes. Your favorite YouTuber makes clothes. Your favorite band makes clothes. Your favorite rapper makes clothes.
All
like,
that shit's corny to me though. I don't really like anyone's
clothes.
Well,
that's the fine line between like merch and an actual brand. And it's like a lot of times, unless you really know what you're looking at, you can't even tell because a lot of merch kind of is designed very well. It's like, you know, that looks good.
I don't really fuck with much brands at all. Like, I only fuck with the homies brands, like local brands and stuff. I don't like none of that designer shit for real. That shit's all corny to me. It has no substance to it. Like, it doesn't tell a story. It has no culture. It's too disassociated from the culture.
Yeah, no, I agree for the most part too. It's just like,
like FTP, Cough Syrup, Dead Homies,
right.
Nothing personal. Like, all the homies, I Gallery too. I think they're super tapped in with the culture and just local brands.
We kind of have the privilege of like knowing all these people who have dope brands. And like, when I do look at regular people, I'm like, okay, I guess I get why you're buying designer, because you don't really have like a reference base that goes outside that. But that's one thing that makes me real happy when I see somebody rocking Cough Syrup or your shit in a situation in which most people would rock designer. You know, like, rock your friend's shit and try to like help them elevate their shit to a different level. Yeah, especially if you're influential.
For sure. And I always feel like super appreciative, especially when the rappers like put my shit on in a music video or something. I'm like, damn, like, cause they could have worn anything, you know, all the other videos, they rocking Amiri and Montclair and all this other shit. But like, they might throw my shit on too. And I feel super appreciative because they could have worn anything.
No, yeah, 100%. So, okay, like what's your average day like? What makes the most sense for you to do with your time in order to continue to make the brand great?
I like to design. Like, I like to spend most of my time designing. I'm trying to build up my team where I don't have to do anything besides designing. Cause that's what I do. Like, that's what I'm best at. You know, I'm a creative director. I'm really like a creative genius with this shit. You know, like, I have a vision for art and like clothes and everything. And I just try to make shit the best as possible. And so I know like my time is best used just making designs and just creating, coming up with new ideas.
So the ideas you feel like are your specialty, not necessarily the promotion? Because with somebody like Dubb, I feel like his networking ability and like him just being around people is probably his skill set. I don't know how much time he spends working with the designers and everything, but like. But
Desto's also like a creative director. He's so good with the fashion. He knows what looks good. Like, you could tell by the way he dresses. Like, he has a really good with creative direction, and you know, he knows what looks good. So but he's also a marketing genius. You know, he really showed me how to do the marketing.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you guys all out in San Diego. There was some big event out there, and you guys were all out there together.
Oh yeah, it was the Jokes Up pop-up.
Right.
That was fun.
And I remember looking at that and thinking like, damn, it's a Saturday night and all these fools are out there in San Diego pushing their brands at the same time. And I'm like, I'm on the couch watching this UFC fight, like, fuck, maybe I need to be more on the grind. I should be out there. I should be pushing my shit.
But you be working all the time. I already know.
Yeah, but it's different, you know, doing the interviews and shit. It's like I'm on a very strict schedule throughout the day. And like, if I was really full-time hustling, I would be using my nights to go do whatever. But instead, I kind of like fell back on that.
You gotta have some free time too, though.
Yeah, especially being a dad and being 40.
Hell yeah, you guys spend time with the family and shit.
Yeah. No, it's interesting what you said about like not ever using yourself to push the shit. Cause I feel like for me at like 40, that's so obvious. Like if we're pushing some No Jumper clothes or some on some shit clothes or whatever, I don't want to be the guy in the photo, but like it took me a while to get there. Like you knowing that at 31 is, and especially cause like you're a young dude, you got tattoos, you look the part. You could do all that. You could fit in as a model for your own brand and they wouldn't necessarily think you were the owner if they didn't know, right?
Yeah, maybe. But when like, I don't see it like that. Yeah. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm the owner. I see myself. I'm like, I can't be in the shoot. Looks corny.
Are there any brands though that you look at that have had like a longer career? Like for me, for sure, Supreme throughout my life, even though I like almost never wear it. I just look at it and I like just really am kind of in awe of like the business model and really the restraint, because there's so many things that they could have done over the years that they didn't do. And so like when I see them doing things, I know it's so deliberate. And I love seeing like that with really successful brands or artists of just like what they don't do, because when you have every opportunity offered up to you, it can be really, really hard to just kind of say no.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be a big fan of Supreme. They really, you know, created a blueprint for a lot of people, I think. And like that whole like hype drops and everything, like selling out first day. Supreme started that shit, you know? But it's been bought and sold so many times. I feel like it's too disconnected.
It just got sold again. And that kind of made me feel like, oh shit. Cause like the last couple of years you have seen some of that shit wear off, and like you see the drops come out and a lot of it gets left over online and you're like, oh, it's not selling out like it used to. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it's, you know, people are after the money. They're like, they want to buy Supreme to go make some money.
Yeah. And if you're going to spend $20 billion or whatever on a brand and you're just like a big corporate holding company, you're probably going to want them to make more money, to sell more product. And if they're like, no, we're only making 4,000 of that design or whatever it is, like, I'm sure that they're like, well, let's do 6,000. And that literally is the thing that like reduces the quality of your brand once everybody can get it, you know?
Yeah, no, facts. And so that's why, you know, I've kept it small. Like we don't really drop too many pieces of anything. So everything we do is exclusive compared to Supreme.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. Would you have offers for like people that carry it in stores and stuff that you have to say no to? And like, what's that decision like?
Oh, we let everyone carry it in stores.
Okay. You're
I don't really trip. If you're ready to pay the price, you know, we charge a lot for our clothes. So if you're down to pay, come get it. I'm a hustler in the end of the day. So I'm just like trying to make this shit wiggle. Like if we're going to make sales, let's make sales.
Definitely. I was in a store in the mall the other day and they had a bunch of fake Hellstar. And I was just thinking, I'm like,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. But also like,
I feel bad for those guys because they work so hard and like they're really talented. It sucks to see that. Yeah.
Like, what do you even do at that point? Because it's like, there's really nothing you can do besides make. I notice in a lot of their newer stuff, it'll have like weird distressed shit, or like the logo will be like real chunky, like prints and stuff that's harder to bootleg.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that that's like a deliberate choice.
You know, they're over there in China tweaking, trying to figure out how to make it right now.
Yeah.
But they're going to figure it out.
Definitely.
Like it's clothes, it's fabric, it's ink.
Yeah.
It's simple stuff. Like clothes is clothes.
You have a runway when you put something out, but it's like, it might be a month, it might be a couple of weeks, but somebody else is going to figure out how to make something that looks pretty close.
Yeah.
How much bootlegging do you deal with?
How much bootlegging, like,
how many
people do with my brand?
Yeah. How often do you see it?
Like they have it all around the world. Cause I have a lot of global artists in South America that wear my stuff. So now they got fakes in Colombia, fakes in Mexico City and shit.
they will get you out there. Like even
quick.
2014, when like my BMX shit was like really going crazy, I would see tons of pictures in South America of people bootlegging it. Like a whole skate park where like 10 kids all got the same fake shirt. I'm just like, and you can never do anything about it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Hey man, I just gotta, you know, be humble and just like, it's a form of, you know, it's like flattery and shit. Like, you know,
no, 100%.
They got inspired by me, so I can't really be too mad.
What's it like dealing with all the burglaries and people just running up in this shit? Like, I know you had your old spot. Like, how does that make you feel? And do you feel like you're finally in a spot where that's unlikely? Because it feels like, you know, there's got to be stronger and stronger deadbolts you can put on the door and shit. But I know you've dealt with a lot of it.
Yeah, you know, I don't let it bother me. We have insurance, but if I do see them niggas, we run in our fade for sure. But it's happened so many times, I don't even remember what they look like. Like I had pictures people sending me of people and shit, and then like I'm already over it by the next week. I don't really trip. Like I always try to stay positive. You can't dwell on anything negative because it's not going to get you anywhere. Like I said, we have insurance. We're protected. You know, I make sure everything's always, we always protected. We always got everything in line. So I can't really be super mad. It's part of the game. And I used to be a kid too, trying to, you know, steal shit. I used to be out in the streets on bunk too. So I can't even be really mad at them.
Yeah, especially like when you know that a lot of the people who are rocking your shit, or in my case, like a lot of the people watching our shit are like young people that are in the streets. I mean, yeah, that encompasses drug dealing and encompasses, you know, people flocking houses and shit like that. But some of those people are out shoplifting. Some of those people are trying to run up in retail stores at night and
flocking.
Yeah.
Flocking. That's what they call it out here in LA. Flocking. It's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, when I think of flocking, I think of homes.
Yeah.
But I guess, like running up in here.
You're running up in my store now. Fuck
yeah.
You. But no, I don't really, you know, I try not to dwell on it, just stay positive, keep shit moving.
Definitely. How'd you end up doing the EBK J-Bo collab? What was your relationship with him like?
EBK J-Bo, you know, I was always just a fan of his music. You know, I'm from the Bay Area, so he's pretty big out there. He's probably like one of the biggest artists on the West Coast right now.
I have said that I feel like he's the biggest West Coast artist besides Kendrick in terms of the rap shit. And I feel like people hear that and they're like, what? But I mean, really, if you break it down, like there's nobody else who could drop a video on YouTube or on streaming services and do the numbers that he does right now, I don't think.
I don't think so. And if you really listen to the streets, like that's who they bumping.
Yeah.
Like the streets, they f with J-Bo tough. And, you know, I recognized that early on too. And tapped in with all those guys, EBK, Young Jock, and all those guys. I tapped in with them early on. I noticed they had a cool movement, and we just locked in with them, and just we made the collab happen.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that shit was cool. I definitely like how that came out. It was good for the brand, and like no one has a collab with J-Bo. I'm the only one. So.
Yeah, do you feel like just putting the artist name big on the shit, is that the direction? Or is it more like you want to like allude to the artist in a little bit more of a subtle way? It's kind of like a weird decision.
It kind of depends. I'm always looking at, you know, what looks good, what's fashionable. And with certain artists, it could be corny to just put their name on stuff. With the J-Bo one, I felt like he was enough of a like goated artist, like underground, like he doesn't work with a lot of people. He doesn't do collabs with any other artists.
That is true. Almost nobody.
He doesn't, he only works with his people, like people in his circle. It was something different where I noticed like when we went to go design it, it looked good with his name on it. It looked fashionable. It was crazy. Like I seen a gay nigga wear that shit on the red carpet. And then once I seen that, I was like, damn, that shit lightweight is kind of fashion. Cause in the future, like those will be like a retro band t-shirt, you know, 20, 30 years from now.
True. I remember I rocked it in a photo in the airport in Puerto Rico, and holy shit, I had everybody in Stockton going crazy on me because I was rocking it. Like they just, I don't know, I guess that's me choosing a side right there. They just like took it like, holy f***, I cannot believe you're wearing this. That's definitely one person that's gonna be crazy as fuck because nobody gets hotter while they're locked up. He has. He's on like the craziest streak with singles right now that I've seen in a minute. So I don't know what it's going to be like when he gets out. It's probably going to be insane.
Yeah, everything he dropped just go crazy.
Yeah. It's actually, it's something I like really haven't really seen before.
It's cool, like coming from the Bay, like I kind of seen his whole like development as an artist, you know, and it's been dope.
No, definitely. All right. So from your perspective, like what do you need to do to take the brand to the next level? Like, I feel like you're growing at a nice pace. The store is a big part of it, but it feels like you are not going to necessarily have the problem of like just rushing into shit. It feels like you're being methodical with it.
Yeah, man, I take my time. You know, I just take it day by day. I don't like the stress off shit. So, you know, I just work on it every day a little bit. But I do want to expand. My next goal is to open a store in New York next year.
Wow.
So I really want to, you know, push this shit on the East Coast. Like everyone rocks this shit on the West Coast. But we got to get even like Texas and Arizona, like the whole West Coast. Yeah. But like we really need to get this shit out there on the East Coast now, I feel like.
See, that's like one of the ultimate challenges, I think, for a brand, because you have to find people that can run it, that you trust, which is like a big concern. And then you got to like, you know, like like New York is such a different world that you got to then like start doing.
I've only been out there once, but I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. I lived out there for a long time, but I'm saying like you got to like figure out how to make it hot there too, because they got their own micro influencers. They don't necessarily care about a lot of the big West Coast artists and stuff. So then you gotta understand the culture out there enough to be able to get it into the right hands and not just the people that you happen to run into. Like I definitely believe you could do it, but that would definitely be like the thing that would take your brand to the next level. It would be a huge
challenge because I don't know anyone out there.
Right.
But we do have like 2 stores that buy our stuff out there. And we ship orders out to New York all the time. You know, it's a big city.
Definitely.
So I think New York's going to be good for us. And New York's big on fashion.
Yes. So, and they take it very, very serious.
Yeah.
But you see that conversation happening about like LA streetwear versus New York streetwear versus, I don't know, Atlanta, whatever. Like, how do you feel about that? Sometimes like I look at our shit versus what's popping there and it's like, oh, okay, cough syrup or Asaali or whatever. It's like, it's very loud in comparison to some of the shit you see out there.
You know, they do stuff a lot different out there, but shout out to my boy Kukai. He on the East Coast.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And, you know, he's got kind of a similar vibe, or like, not a similar vibe, but like a similar design style, I think. But he's definitely a little more West Coast. But I think it's going to do good out there.
You trying to do shoes?
Yeah, we've sampled a few shoes, but my thing is like, I don't like Nike ripoffs. Like
which
for
is
me,
what
I like
so many of the brands do. Yeah.
I like original designs. So why would I go and rip off Nike? That's like corny to me. Like someone really spent time making that shoe. So like to just do a Nike like rip off, I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to come all original soles.
And then they're gonna sue you.
Yeah,
we've seen that happen with a lot of fucking people.
But that's legit. Like, why are you stealing people's designs? Like a lot of people think, oh, Nike is so big. But like once upon a time, they were a smaller brand and someone actually worked to make that design, and I respect them. I fuck with Nike.
And it's tough to like Nike and all these other shoe companies have done such an amazing job like coming up with so many shoes that it's like very difficult to like figure out what you're going to change, what you're going to do different, you know?
Yeah, it's like they got the blueprint. Now you got to figure out how to tweak it.
Yeah.
But like when I look at designs, I want to come all original. So we're working on it. I have a few samples and stuff, but nothing I'm like super set on yet.
There was one time a couple months ago or shit, almost a year ago where Dubb was at my crib. We were going to my birthday party and I seen this trying on like 5 outfits before he left. Like he just kept trying different shit on. And I've been around this dude for years and years and years. So I know that this is like a new thing. And I'm realizing like, oh, he has completely changed his life thanks to fashion. So now he believes that fashion has like a mystical power that he like, you know, he must obey his like soul when it comes to his outfit. Like his outfit is everything because fashion is everything that has changed his whole life. So like that to me in that moment, and I'm a person who like is very regretfully wearing anything out of the ordinary. I'm very happy just wearing a t-shirt and whatever the fuck it is. But like for your personal perspective, like obviously you could be completely rocking your shit right now and be a little bit of more of an infomercial and maybe sell a couple more sets. Like how do you approach how you get dressed every day?
I don't even get dressed, bro. Like I used to like wear shit, but like I'm too grown for that shit now, for real. Like I wear t-shirts and Nikes every day. Like I'll be like at the gym and shit. So it's just like I'll be more active wear, like work wear and shit. So just white tees and forces like every day. That's my uniform. So
you think that you could get to the point where you're making stuff that feels more high fashion, or is that not really your vision?
No, for sure. Like we have some hoodies that are like $350. So we starting to push that. And I want to go even, you know, I want to keep going with this shit, make it even more high quality, better designs, and try to push that price even higher.
If somebody hits you up like a big star, if Blueface said, I'm going to the Grammys, what can I rock that's gonna really do it?
We coming with a full custom gig, full custom everything. Like I'll sit down with the team and we come crazy. I've done a lot of shit like that. We starting to work on different pieces like that. I don't know if you've seen like the ribbon set that I had. It's like a bunch of ribbons all sewed together.
With the denim one with all the big like lace or like the ribbon pieces sewn onto it.
Exactly. So I had actually made that thinking about like maybe like a red carpet look or something like that. So I definitely want to get into the more high end stuff. And I know like I have the ability to do it. But you know, I just do what the fans want right now. I try to give the fans what they want.
Definitely. How much of your time you plan on spending here as opposed to, I don't know if you have like a private office or whatever. Do you feel like you could be fully creative in this environment?
I don't like to be at the store at all, for real. I like to just be on the move. Like I like to be active and at home and chilling. Like I feel like too distracted when I'm at the store. People are asking me questions. They want to take pictures. My employees are asking me stuff, and I like to just be able to focus. So it's better for me to just be like at the house or at the gym and just like focused on my goals.
Definitely, man. Well, yeah, I'm real proud of you. I feel like this is just, you know, like it's dope to see somebody be able to break through and like really have success, because sometimes it feels like the fashion shit or streetwear shit is so burnt out. So it's dope to be able to see
this shit. It's hard, man. I don't suggest it for anyone. Like shit's hard, man. And like a lot of people bring me their stuff and they're like, you know, check out my brand. I'm not gonna lie, like 99% of the people that bring me clothes, they're all trash.
Yeah.
So I don't suggest it for anyone. It's a really hard industry to get into, and you really got to know what you're doing. Like, and you have to be an artist for real with this shit.
Yeah. You got to care, and the brand has to like represent something somehow bigger than just like, oh, I'm a dude who wants to make money or whatever. Like we've seen that too many times.
Everyone's trying to just make money, and it's not about that. It's about the clothes. It's about making dope shit.
Definitely. Yeah. Like when you said earlier, you were just like, you know, I wake up, or like when you were talking about your early progression, you're like, I would just wake up every day and just try to figure out like, how can I do this better? How can I make this better bit by bit? It's like, that's the mentality you got to have. And a lot of people aren't ready for like how long of a journey that could potentially be, you know?
It's slow at first, man, but you got to be patient. Like I remember I used to just be like sitting at my house, like, let me just go to sleep and wake up in 6 months when the brand's bigger. Because like I'd be waiting on a drop. Or, you know, just waiting for shit to happen. Or like, so it takes time. Everything takes time, but you just got to be consistent and be patient.
Especially like when you know that you have a design that is going to change shit and you got to wait, you know, 2 months for production.
Yeah.
Wait, you produce stuff overseas mostly, or you do shit all out here?
Mainly overseas, but we also do stuff here.
So if you say we want to do the sweatsuit in a new color, how long you got to wait typically?
2 months.
2 months, yeah. It's brutal when fashion just feels like it's changing all the time.
Yeah. So then by the time that shit even comes, it might be out of style.
Sometimes you might feel a little different about it, yeah.
Yeah, by the time it gets there, I'm like, oh, I don't even like that design anymore.
Yeah, it'd be like that. But yeah, man, I'm proud of you, and just keep going. And everybody stop by. What's the actual address?
7829 Melrose Ave.
7829 Melrose, right down the street from No Jumper and Awful Lot of Cough Syrup. Yeah, man, proud of you. You're killing it.
Yeah, man, we taking over the block, man, taking this shit back.
He said it. He said
Shout
it.
out to No Jumper, man.
Appreciate
Adam's
you, man.
my brother.
Yo, for real, man. I'll be the long way, and I'm proud of everything you got going on here, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Asaali, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.